Hey, Panda, can we talk about
Hey everybody, welcome. What is going on? Welcome to the Panda Podcast episode 14. And today is a very special podcast because it's not just me and it's not just one other person. We have a whole slew of people and their minds to pick and choose on what's going on here. All right, so let me introduce you to everyone who is here. We have Kiwi, you've heard him before. He's the fucking Denmarkian that lives in whatever the fuck, he's a Kiwi. We have Xerxes, our resident accountant smart guy, and Zin, who's the clone, just a different person that lives in
token white guy.
Token white guy, yeah. And we also have Zinni, which is Zin's lovely wife that we've gotten so fond of in such a short amount of time. All right, so that's everyone. Make sure you guys say hi. How you guys doing?
Hello.
You guys all doing good? Hey, girl. All right.
Hey,
Girl. Hey.
Yay.
So the reason why this podcast is happening now is because we've already been discussing a shitload of topics, and we're just like, why don't we just turn this on so we don't have to repeat the conversation later? Because I'd rather have the organic reactions to what we were talking about than like re-asking the questions and doing it. All right. So this question is specifically towards Zinni's perspective versus the rest of us as men. Okay. So the topic is about dick pics, right? So Zinni, what is your perspective on that topic? Like when you receive them?
Yeah, I mean, I think on behalf of all ladies, the general question is just why? Why would you send them? I can't imagine a single time in my entire life I've ever requested one, and yet have received many of them. I'm genuinely interested, before I give more of my opinion, the men perspective on here. Why did your gender send them?
Who looks at their dick and thinks, man, some girl real wants to see this?
Legitimately, please answer that.
Like the question of, man, that's a slick dick. I should totally send this girl a fucking slick dick.
Slick dick, gross. Don't send no dick pics, but certainly no slick dick pics.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think
The slickest dick is quickest.
that literally like look at their penis and say, "Man, I have a beautiful penis. I need to share this with the other people." Like,
I don't think that's the motivation. No.
The world needs to see this.
This needs to be shared.
Yeah.
But what is the point of a dick pic?
Okay, so
like really,
I've never sent one because that's
good.
like a
On
very
behalf of all
weird.
women, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second, but okay.
Well, because I don't know, the way I was brought up, that's just something that you don't do, right? But in me playing devil's advocate and why a guy would send a girl a dick pic just with no context, just, hey, here's my slick dick, would be for them, it's like, this is me giving flowers that I can't afford, right?
What?
No. I don't know.
Okay, listen. This is like my perspective on why guys do it. All right, I don't know why just as much as you do.
I can't buy you flowers because I'm too cheap to spend $2 at the grocery store.
Yeah,
so
here's a picture of my dick. Exactly.
That you didn't want to see. Okay, but like, no.
Okay, someone help me out here,
Other
gentlemen.
men? Owners of dicks.
So, Panda, do you think it's okay to send dick pics?
No, it's not. For me, no, it's not. It's not okay.
But you think it's okay for other people to send dick pics?
No.
If it wasn't asked for, it's like an eye rape.
Yeah.
Thank you. Legitimately, yes. It is almost like
I
an
mean,
assault.
I'm guessing all of us are on the same page here, right?
Oh, I think that's probably very true.
Yeah,
I mean,
all of us are on the same.
iRape, is that Apple's new product?
Yeah, I rape.
I rape. Oh
Oh,
God.
Jesus, dude, how crazy would that be if they had fucking it's fucking Phil Ivey going, all right, our new product today is something very controversial, but I'm pretty sure you guys would buy it because you guys are plebs. So it's our product here. It's called iRape. So it's a device that magically sends you dick pics randomly, so your eyes will get disturbed.
Just spontaneously throughout the
Like,
day.
yeah. So,
Oh my God.
could you imagine? Women all around the world will be now, or gentlemen will be all around the world fucking dick pics all the time.
Gross.
Could you imagine that commercial?
Who sends a dick pic is
No.
a gentleman.
No.
Yeah, that's because exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like for me, I wouldn't do that because that's not, to my understanding, that's not what women look for in a guy.
No.
They're
That's like the exact opposite. That's some crazy, like, you're the kind of guy on Tinder or whatever that sends those real creepy messages to other women.
Yeah.
No, I think the worst dick pic I ever got, and I think all women have at least received one in their life. And keep in mind, like, I've been in a relationship with the same person for 15 years, and the dick pic didn't come from you. So
I've never sent one.
no. Yeah, the worst one, you were driving, I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I get a text message from a number I don't recognize, and I open it, and it's like no one who's ever texted me before, so it's a wrong number, and it's just this picture of the guy's dick. And I was like,
wrong number.
a wrong number. First of all, you're sending a dick pic, but how do you send a dick pic to the wrong number?
Maybe
some girl gave it to him at the bar, and it was definitely not her number.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fuck that girl.
She ruined your life. She ruined your day.
Dick pic.
She
Yeah.
ruined your day.
Yeah, that was a gnarly.
Yo, that'd be so crazy.
That was an unfortunate one.
I've had that
No,
happen
I
to
just,
me
like,
once.
I just can't say that as a woman I've ever had, like, looked at my body and been like, boobs are looking particularly great today. Let me just text it to some random
Let
person.
me
who
take a
didn't ask for
selfie
it.
and be like, here you go.
But I also feel like,
But at the same time, a guy
Would
Yeah.
appreciate
a
that.
guy
I
would
was
be
just
like,
gonna say,
yo,
at
that's
least with the
tight.
standard
You know what I
though.
mean? Yeah. See, it's the difference.
yeah,
Unsolicited nudes, nice.
Yeah, like you'd be like, oh
But I
shit,
just-
sweet girl.
I just want to know who sent the first dick pic and thought this was a great idea.
Yo, that
And
would
was
be,
it well received? And then he told his buddies that, like, oh, hey, man, I sent a picture of my dick to this girl and she loved it. You do the same.
he's
And
like,
that's, how the
did you
epidemic
show
was
face
born?
though? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you're so fucked up.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
entirely
really-
honest. I guarantee you, it was actually a painting. Somebody sent a painting of their dick to someone.
Ooh,
way
like a
back
mail
in the day.
order, like an actual picture, like a photograph, and they sent it in the mail. Oh, dude,
Renaissance dick
mailed in
pics.
dick pics, dude.
100%.
Yo,
I mean, yeah.
Like in the olden days when there wasn't color yet, dude. Just
yo, could you imagine back in the day before the internet?
Is that what you just said?
Just some Byzantine dick art. I mean, I guess that could explain a lot of the phallic imagery.
I mean, there's a
like,
lot of
straight up
phallic
dicks.
imagery in that stuff.
But like, could you
Yes.
imagine if
Well, that and the
like,
fact that a lot of the artists were gay, so.
Well, true.
You know.
what's up, Papa Cat? Yeah, but could you imagine back in the internet, the pre-internet days, how people sent dick pics? It'd be like a Polaroid
like-
or something, right?
Yeah, just
Hey,
like
girl.
mail it.
No, like
Like,
you'd be
literally.
like, it'd be like you'd be hanging out with them, be like, hey, girl, check this out, it's my dick. Like,
Oh god, that's like let me just, instead of flashing you by like pulling my dick out of my pants, let me just like flash you.
yeah, like they give you a card and be like, yo, I made this card for you,
Yeah.
sweet. You open it up, straight dick right there. Like that's the exact
Straight
impact.
dick.
Straight dick, dude.
See, shit like dick pics is why I'm so glad to not be dating at all in this
Oh,
world. Like,
dude.
I feel
That's
like
crazy.
online dating is bad enough. Some of my friends that are dating and are doing the online dating, the shit that they get in messages is enough to make me never, ever want to talk to another man besides, Zen and y'all
Mhm.
forever.
I
Because
feel like-
There's also a selection bias to that, though.
that's probably very true.
The greatest
Like, if you're
thing
talking about
I've
the
done on
online dating
Tinder.
thing, and like people complain about getting dick pics when they're online dating, like there's some selection bias there. If you keep getting them, you keep selecting people that send dick pics.
Totally
Okay, well,
true.
Are there women out there that do enjoy dick pics then? That's the question.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a good
probably
question.
when like in a relationship, maybe like if I could see it in like the context of like, hey, you're in a long distance relationship with someone and you like haven't been around. So yeah, you send sexy pictures, but I don't know that there's a woman that enjoys an unsolicited dick pic. But maybe I won't speak for all women, but
And it's crazy because it would just be a dick pic with nothing at the end. It would just be straight a dick pic. No like,
yeah, like there's
hey
no
babe,
context.
this is something I got for you, or like, yo, check this out, bam,
Yeah.
dick pic, girl.
Well, that's the
You
thing.
know?
It's like a drive-by dick pic is how it always is. Like you're never expecting it. You just open your phone and it's like, oh, there's a dick.
Yeah, it's not like, hey girl, what's going on? Oh, I'm doing fine, okay. Hey, I got some for you. What's that? Dick pic, bitch. You know, like,
Yeah. No. It's
it's just dick pic,
no.
no context.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's never been an enjoyable experience in the multiple times it's happened. But,
Okay, so what I do when I used to do Tinder, and this usually worked. I don't even know why, because it's such a crazy like pickup line. I'd always go, "Hey, what's going on?" And she'd be like, "Hi," and I'd be like, "Chipotle?" question mark, and then the answers would be like, "Ew, I don't like Chipotle," or "Fuck yeah, I'm down," and then we'd go hang out and get Chipotle. Would that work for you? Because that's worked for me like 5 times.
What?
I have no idea.
What?
I have no idea what you just said. So that's fine.
okay, wait. I have questions. I have so many questions.
I love that your pickup line is just one word
Chipotle
with a
question mark. Chipotle's
Yeah.
probably really happy about that, actually.
Wait, what is Shawule? Whatever the fuck you just said.
Chipotle is like a Subway version of sorry, a Mexican version of Subway.
Yeah, it's like burrito bowls.
Yeah,
I mean, first of all, you're asking a woman if she wants food.
that's why I do it.
Yeah.
So, is that a good?
I mean, okay, wait. I have a question though. I have questions.
Okay.
Follow-up.
Questions. Okay.
Is this the first conversation that you've had with her?
This would be like we matched on Tinder, and
Okay.
I literally just said what I just said. I'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" And then I'd be like, "Chipotle?" question mark, and that'd be it. And then she would answer, "Hell yeah," or like, "Ew, I don't like Chipotle." Like,
So, I mean, the concept of like food, yes, and you get points for not sending me some creepy, misogynistic, or like sexually inappropriate comment right off the bat.
mhm.
You definitely get points for that. But I'm not sure I'm gonna say yes and be like, yeah, sure, let's meet up at Chipotle when we haven't had any other kind of conversation, which probably just means I'm the wrong demographic for Tinder.
No.
Is that really the standard though? Like just.
Well, that's what I used to do. My strategy is
I mean,
different.
that's kind of the standard for ladies these days, yeah.
Because think about it, when you meet someone like, okay, Tinder. The point of Tinder is to meet them, right? In person.
Yeah.
The small talk is bullshit because you could talk all day and then not meet each other and then nothing goes anywhere, right? So the reason why my
Oh my
approach
God.
is, hey, you want to meet somewhere public where you can get food, so it's not just like blah blah this, and it's in a public space. It's not like I'm asking you out to dinner. We're just going to fucking go to
Totally.
Chipotle and get some food, and it's not like it's a big commitment because Chipotle is fucking only like $7 fucking. You know what I mean? For a lot of fucking
you're hedging
food.
your bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
lot of positives, right? It's a lot of positives. Like if you
It
like Chipotle.
feels low risk, which is good. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, Xerxes, to answer your question, I think that's kind of the standard when you're talking about Tinder, at least from what I've heard from my friends, is it's like a guy's pretty much going to stay in the running if the first thing out of his mouth was something borderline respectful. So
Yeah.
take
Jesus.
note, men. Yeah.
Yeah, listeners out there, use my strategy. Ask them if you like Chipotle.
Chipotle.
I'm not even
I mean, who
joking
doesn't like
because
Chipotle?
yeah,
Let's be
exactly. Who
honest.
doesn't like Chipotle?
True.
Exactly.
And
I've never had it before, so I don't know. What
Because you're fucking Denmarkian, dude. You need to get out of here. All right.
Try getting good.
you know, it seems like a safe restaurant choice. Lots of options.
Yeah,
And
it's
fit a lot of dietary requirements. It's good.
yeah, it's cheap. It's kind of good for you. It's public.
Yeah.
A lot of people are gonna be there. You're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? And it's affordable at the same time. So it's like all positives. The only negative would be like if you guys hang out and you guys are like, oh shit, you got catfish. You could be like, let me just get Chipotle and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Chipotle to go, please.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, the online dating thing.
And like the reason why that's a thing already is because you guys already swiped on each other. So there's already a
Yeah.
general interest physically, or you're just interested, right? So that's
Yeah.
why if you say, hey, because instead of going, hey, what's going on? Oh, what do you do? Blah, blah, I could do that while I'm at Chipotle.
Okay, but is this like really how people predominantly date now?
I mean, that's how I
Online?
did it when I was using Tinder.
It's like-
But
I think that's
how my
good.
other friend does it, he talks to them and he goes on dates with them. It's like different, right? Because that's how I do it because I don't play no games, girl. You know what I'm saying?
No, I just mean like is Tinder and like online dating the predominant way people date.
gonna say,
It's
I'm the same.
it's 64% of how people get
resistant.
resistant.
Zen and Zenny, I haven't dated in so freaking long. That's insane.
Yeah, this is the
I
thing.
literally never dated other than Zinni.
Yeah.
I have no contact.
But that's the thing is it's like if you had to put me in the dating world right now and I had to date, I mean, based on the conversation we had earlier, like, if
Do you even date, bro?
like the internet, the whole online dating thing would really wake
Yeah,
me
it would
out.
be really hard for someone to date now if they've been in a relationship for so long, because we're in a microwave society now, right? Where everything's like instant gratification. You know what I
Legit.
mean? So like how people's dating works now is like it's a lot of games being played, right? Because that's how the society has been like turned
Sucks.
into, right? It's fucking bullshit because the people who are old fashioned seem thirsty as fuck, right? Like, why are you calling me? Why are you texting me so fast? And why are you not waiting 3 fucking days or some shit, right? Which is fucking bullshit because the guys who are really just trying to like not mess with you, like, and they want to like date you, is like the wrong way to do it now. It's fucked up. So
Yeah.
it's like
That
fucked, and
sucks.
that's why I don't understand like how dating works now. That's why I'm kind of more interest perspective of dating people who are older and more mature and got their shit together and stop playing games, and that's way
Yeah.
more attractive. That's why I find myself people with like single moms with kids. They don't fuck around. They got a kid already, and they're like,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
you know what I mean? That's why my perspective on that topic is the way I think, versus finding someone at a bar or club, you know, and be like, yo, what's your Instagram? And then you guys fucking do the little diddy daddle slide in your DM shit. And
Oh my
Is
god.
that what people ask for now? They ask for Instagram and
yeah,
not Facebook.
they ask for Instagram and not your number.
They don't be like, yo, what's your name on Facebook or something?
No.
I'm sorry, but if someone comes
What?
up to me at a bar or anywhere and goes, "What's your Instagram or what's your social media account?" No.
That's how it is now. That's the
After
sad
talking for a while?
truth. Like if they can get your number,
After talking for a while, sure, but like maybe your number first. But like,
no.
I don't know.
Here's the reason why. Because my friends do this. They get their Instagrams so they can show their friends, yo, check this girl out.
Yeah. I think I'm just too old to.
That's what I mean. That if you,
have
because
to be dating
you
now.
and Zin have been together for fucking like 15 fucking years.
Forever.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're
and
like
you-
old
and-
married couples
yeah.
in our teens.
And then you guys don't go out too often, so you don't know what's hip. You know what I mean? You don't know what's hip in these
Oh my
streets.
God, I'm not 60.
I mean,
No, but you know what I mean, though, right? You're like
No, I do.
you're not aware of what's going on now because you guys
No, I
are
do.
so into each other and shit. You know, because you're in
True.
love and shit. You know.
This is true.
I mean, when you say go out, you mean like clubbing and stuff?
Yeah, like going out to the bars, even like you know.
Oh, dude, you know what? I've been together with Charlotte for like over 6 years, and I think I've been to a bar with her once in the 6 years we've been together.
Yeah.
Because someone's always gonna watch the kids, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I mean.
Babysitters ain't cheap.
I'll stay home and not have a hangover tomorrow morning.
That's what I mean. Once
This
you,
is what it's like to like be in a committed relationship. Babysitters are expensive. It's so much effort to like get super
whoa,
dressed
whoa, whoa,
up
hold
and
on,
go out.
hold on. We gotta pause. We gotta preface that with being in a committed relationship with a child.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Whoa,
We gotta preface
Wait,
that.
wait, why you having relationships with a child, dude? That's
Oh my God, do not go there.
Oh no!
Just
All right. Committed
That's a
relationships
big-
when you
that's
have
small.
kids.
When yes,
Jesus Christ. All right.
but even then, like,
But yeah, but online dating is weird. You know, like it's weird now because it's just fucked. I feel really bad for the people who are like trying desperately on.
yeah. This also just
Sites.
makes me really, really nervous for our daughter when she starts dating.
Mhm. And the thing for me, which is I'm fortunate enough to be a social dancer, is that's how I meet people, like we talked about before. So I don't have to
Yeah.
like go to bars and expose myself on online dating because I already
Well,
find
hopefully you're not exposing yourself at the bar. No dick pics, no flashing.
like, hey girl, check this out. Hey.
Whip it out.
And then they're like, "Oh man, that's a slick dick."
I guess that's really the dick pics from like the past was like flashers.
Oh
which
my
that
God,
happened to
that'd
me
be
a serious
so
number of times
crazy.
too. It's disturbing.
Oh man. Okay, so last week or like a few months ago, or not a few months ago, I guess like 3 or 4 months ago, some guy on Facebook posted like a troll post about
Lord.
Area 51. Right? So Area 51, if you guys don't know, it's this big trolley event where this guy posted an event on Facebook saying, "All right, guys, we gotta check out Area 51. They can't stop all of us, right? So if we were Naruto run, we could run past their bullets, let's go see the aliens. So this was like a crazy thing that went viral on like the internet, right? It went from like 500 people to like 5,000 people to now it's like 2.7 million people signed up for this shit. And they have like plans on how to like attack it all, like which wave goes where, and they're all gonna attack it all at once. And it's getting crazy because like the Air Force is taking this really seriously because they don't want people to die. Because if you didn't already know what Area 51 is, listeners, it's where they test their weapons, like bombs and like all their ammunition stuffs, and like their research and development. But the conspiracy series is where they keep the aliens there as prisoners or for research purposes. So that's why people want to do it and go over there, which I think is the fucking craziest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because that's a military establishment and you're trespassing, they can shoot you. You know what I mean? But they can't stop them all. So September 20th, I'm just gonna see what's gonna happen, man.
People are nuts.
Mm-hmm. So what are your instincts about that? Like, what if your kid secretly like went out, like he's old enough or she's old enough, went over there? Would you be pissed? Obviously, I would.
Yeah. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be very pissed. And I also just like don't know enough about this, but I think people are stupid.
I was about to say, what is Area 51? What are you talking about?
Area 51 is this military base in Nevada. Is it Nevada? In Las Vegas area?
It's in the deserts outside of Nevada,
Yeah.
really far outside of Las Vegas. It's a very desolate area. They used to test nuclear weapons there.
Yeah.
Now it's
They test
mostly a high-end testbed research base for all sorts of experimental weapons and planes.
Mm-hmm. So it's very
People
dangerous.
believe that aliens live there.
Yeah.
We keep alien technology there or something.
Mm-hmm. So that's why
So
people.
all the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, that's the conspiracy. So, and one guy was like, "Let's go see them," because they can't stop them all, which is the thing there. And you got people like Keanu Reeves, fucking all these like Jason Statham, like all these celebrities saying it on like Snapchat and shit, like, let's go see the aliens, Area 51, I'm down. Like, so it's just like a whole bunch of people doing it. But it's the whole meme about it too is like these 5 million people are signing up for it, but like 5 people actually show up. And like that's the thing about it, you know what I mean? So, but we'll see, because you never know if people will actually show up for that shit. Because, you know, do you believe in aliens, guys? No?
Silence.
Damn, okay, guys.
No.
You don't?
I mean, the idea of life outside of Earth, yes, that's definitely possible. But what we think of as like typical aliens, or we're hiding like flying saucers and everything in military bases, a little far-fetched.
That's far-fetched, right?
See it when I believe it,
Yeah.
basically.
But what if, like, the world we've come in contact with aliens, but they're so dangerous that we have to keep it secret in order for us to stay sane?
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. All right, since this is a topic of other interest, let's talk about climate change. So,
Oh, Lord.
climate change.
Air conditioning topic.
Yeah, this air conditioning topic. So, I don't know. Let's Kiwi. This is your topic, so you can go. You run with this. Explain to me what's going on with you.
All right, so like the last week I've been complaining a heck of a lot because basically it's like one of the hottest summers that Denmark's ever had,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have air conditioning.
How hot is it there?
So I was like talking to Xerxes and Zin, and Zinny was in on the topic as well. Where I was like, what do you guys do if you don't have an air conditioning? And they basically just said straight up, like, we don't know because we have air conditioning. Like that was just the answer. You just gotta have air conditioning. You don't have a problem.
For me, when I was in Florida, when it was hot, we didn't. We had air conditioning, but I wanted to save money on electricity because I was a fucking loser. So, which I did save money on electricity because I used central fans on the ceilings of my house or my apartment or whatever, and I turned those on and that's how I stayed cool. And I opened windows at night, right? But when I didn't have air conditioning like I have now in Alaska, because we don't have air conditioning because it's always fucking cold, but sometimes it's fucking hot here now too. So I
Well,
just
that's what we
like,
do as well.
yeah, I open windows and use a cross breeze. So
Yeah, I can't even do that because it's just
you can't
so hot.
open one window on one side of the house and
no,
open
dude,
another.
you can't. No, you can't. Yeah, because it's just hot all the time and there's no wind.
No,
So you're gonna get an air conditioner now?
Well, for next year, yeah. I mean, the weather, all the hot weather's gone now. So.
So how many days was it? It seems like it was a lot of days.
It was like a week or so.
Yeah, that sucks.
nice.
It was definitely. I definitely had like 4 or 5 days with like 2 or 3 hours sleep a night kind of thing.
So would you rather be hot as balls or cold as shit?
Cold as shit because you can just keep putting clothes on. This like you can only take off so much clothes.
Mm-hmm. What about the
Yeah.
rest of you?
I agree. I don't know. They're both awful for different reasons.
Personally, I prefer the cold anyway. Like I love snow kind of thing.
Cold, 100%.
You like the cold?
100%, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's much easier to warm up.
Like if I could live in a country where there was snow just all 365 years, like just always snow.
It'd be
Always snow.
it would be very depressing though.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it is.
How hot are we talking?
You can still have sun when there's snow.
Would you rather be Florida hot all the time, or would you rather be Alaska cold all the time?
Alaska cold.
Really?
Florida hot.
Florida hot.
I'd be
probably.
Florida hot all the
You can just
time.
put on clothes, dude. Straight up, you can just put on clothes.
Well, see, the thing is about in Florida, if you're Florida hot all the time, you're gonna be inside most of the time because the air conditioning is a must over there, right?
Not to mention though, that Alaska cold will definitely make people think twice about the dick pics, all the shrinkage.
That's true. I might change my answer. Alaska cold.
Hey, thanks, Big Terry, for the follow, man. Welcome to the Panda Podcast, and welcome to the team, my dude.
I like it how we're back on
The dick pics. Our mind wanders somewhere else. Eh? No, you know
Brought
what?
it back to the dick pic.
No, cause see, then
Yeah, bring
see
it back.
that topic of the dick pic. If you just had like a huge one and it didn't affect it that much, it would just go to show like it's still cold and it's
what
you
is
know, it's
big
still
though,
there.
Panda?
Oh my
I don't
gosh,
know.
are we getting back on this topic? Are we back on this topic? The average size of the dick?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it was you that
America-
came up with that last time.
yeah, we've actually had this. We've had this. We've had this discussion like last year with Gore. The average
Yes,
dick size
I
in
had this
America
discussion with
is
him a
like
couple weeks ago.
7 inches or something. 7 to 8 inches is the average
No,
dick?
that's not the average size in America. It was like way smaller than that.
Or is it 6 inches or some shit? Like I don't even remember. But yeah. But
Let me
anyways,
Google it.
let's Google that shit. It's 6ish. All right, see there you go. Thank you, Tom. MySpace Tom in the building. Hey.
MySpace.
Hey-oh.
His name is Tom, but I call him MySpace Tom because why the fuck not, right?
Well,
Hey
you can
yo.
call it. My Google thinks that I'm very prim and proper because I started typing in average size of and then the letter P and it says of parking space, of paper, of pool, of printer paper, of poster.
So we all
Nothing
know
about a
now
penis.
that Zinni is a very clean person on the internet.
Hey, actually, that's my computer
Oh.
and my browser.
You're now gonna look
All right.
like
So now let me rephrase that. So we now know that Zin is very keen
Whatever.
on cleaning his browser history every 24 hours.
Yeah, right.
I don't need to, dude. I don't need to clean my browser history, man.
No, I'm joking, dude. I can't troll you, bro. Anyways,
I do.
5.1 inches. It says the average.
5.1 inches.
Oh, that means I'm gaming.
Zen's gaming, dude. Zen's 5.2. He's gaming.
Hey!
Got him!
Son.
Dude, 51.
What
and a
you
half.
mean, Heen? Anyways, all right, let's get the fuck off of this fucking topic before I fucking lose all the viewers.
It always comes back to this
I mean,
topic of conversation.
should we go back to air conditioning?
No. You want to go back to air conditioning? Tell me more. I'm so interested now.
Are we done with air conditioning?
How much shrinkage does air conditioning give you, though?
That's a good question. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Probably less than you'd like to credit it for, men.
No, it's definitely the temperature in the room for sure.
Mm-hmm. But
Man, where did
living
that
with dude,
breeze
living
come
without
from all of a
AC,
sudden?
I don't know how people do it. Like in
It's cold
hot.
in here, all right, guys? Leave me alone.
Every time I go to snap a dick pic, it gets real cold.
Oh my god. Dude, this is the worst podcast topics of all time. I'm just kidding. This is fucking awesome.
This is what happens when we've been talking about, dicks
I mean,
and whatever
yeah.
for like 4 hours.
A PG podcast, maybe? Question mark?
No, this like you have to be 18 or older to listen to this shit anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, so in regards to heat, right? So I've noticed last week we were talking about this, climate change, right, in Alaska. So
Serious stuff.
when I was younger in like 2000s, in the summers here in my specific town of Kodiak, there used to be snow all the time. You'd get like 3 feet of snow when it snowed, right? It's like, okay, yeah, if Alaska is normal now, right? That's normal for like to have ridiculous amounts of snow. But now that I came back 15 years later, it doesn't even snow here anymore because it rains so much, right? And if it does snow, we'll get like an inch, and then the rain or thing will wash away. So you barely like I haven't seen snow since I've been back, and I've lived here for 3 years. And it's like crazy to think that like it's like climate change has affected like different parts of the world, right? Since I've been back. You know what I mean? Has it changed for you guys in like since you guys live in the lower? Like has the weather changed that you've noticed since you were younger to now? Or has it always been like hot as fuck up over in like Houston or
I mean,
wherever?
I was gonna say where I am, I've definitely noticed it.
Yeah. What's the difference between the years that you lived there?
Weather is extreme and definitely varies a lot more. So before, traditionally, like around Christmas time, it would be cold.
Mm-hmm.
The past few years, it's been in the 60s on Christmas, 70s, which is unseasonably warm. Normally, you think like a white
Mhm.
Christmas and snow and everything.
And then it doesn't get cold until like January or something, right?
Much more severe weather conditions. So, like, I believe I was telling you that we had a tornado near us the other day, which is extremely, like never happens here. That is
You're in where?
Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So stuff like that happening is kind of, if it happens once off, but as that stuff becomes more frequent, like major storms where people lose power for 3, 4, 5 days,
Yeah.
like that's.
It's definitely becoming of concern in the more recent years, for sure.
Exactly, there's something else going on.
Yeah, it's of concern for sure, and we need to honestly we need to get the fuck on it. But I don't want to talk the politics on that, so we're gonna fucking move on.
Yeah.
So we've all had jobs, right?
We've all had jobs.
We've all had jobs, right, Kiwi?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Kiwi? I feel like you just got called on.
That seemed real personal, dude.
Attacked.
What do you mean? I've had a job. What the fuck?
I'm just fucking with you. No, I don't. Are you working now? All right,
Yeah,
so
dude. I'm about to study, Panda.
man, you
He's
think?
being naughty, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
The fuck you mean?
Fuck you mean, Heen? What you mean, Heen? All right, so
I feel really attacked right now.
dude,
Like,
I'm just giving you shit because I love
Panda,
you,
why are you
bro.
being mean to Kiwi?
Because he's mean to me all the time. What do you mean, bro? What
How
you
could anybody be
mean?
mean to Kiwi? Like, come on.
This is
All right.
why we get no serious topics discussed ever.
I don't know. We just talked about global warming.
Yeah, that was a pretty serious
We
topic.
devolve into it's so funny.
No, but like, what I'm saying is
we.
we all worked, right? And we all have had managers that are fucking assholes, right? So
Legit.
apparently I haven't.
So-
I mean, to be entirely fair, I've never had a job that wasn't working for a family business or myself. So,
Mhm.
I mean,
so like
if I
if you
say
go ahead.
I haven't had like an outside manager in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you've had someone being in charge of you, technically, have you?
Yeah, but it's my parents, so it's a bit of a different
I guess that's a bit
dynamic. If that makes sense. Like,
yeah, because it's more
Yeah.
personal, and they're there for the better for you, right?
Like, in other words, I didn't get fired when I was younger when I told my boss to fuck off. But
Mhm.
what would happen to you if you said that to your boss? You know what I mean? So it is a bit of a different dynamic.
exactly different dynamic. So I guess you're the exception, Xerxes. Jesus Christ.
I've never had a real job.
Yeah. So, in my personal experience, managers being dickheads, which I don't understand, because if someone's working really hard and trying to do it the best they can, for example, you know, like someone's trying to do something and they fuck up, to like hound on them instead of like giving positive reinforcement versus what's the other besides positive, like critical
Negative
negative
reinforcement?
reinforcement. I was thinking of another word. Negative reinforcement. Like totally like bashing them, like what the fuck, you're fucking useless, you know what I mean? Like instead of like, hey man,
Slow down.
next time do it like this, and like show them, you know what I mean? Because in my recent job now, if you guys didn't already know, it's McDonald's, right? And I'm like I just like started working there, and I just got thrown into the woodwork and not knowing what the fuck's going on, and they expected me to know everything instantly. And I'm like, you didn't properly train me how to do anything. How the fuck do you expect me to do shit? And the managers just think, yeah, and the managers think I'm fucking this retard, and I'm like, I don't know how to do shit. Like, I'm asking you guys, and you guys are like, expecting me to know how to do this shit. Like, oh, you're supposed to do it like this. Are you dumb? And I'm like, yo,
Yes.
what?
Oh.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to do this crazy shit because I've never done this before, you know? And it's really like, man, do managers really have to be like that? You know? I get it. It's like McDonald's and you have to serve. Yeah, I get like why though. Like I don't understand. Like they didn't properly train you to do anything. You know.
Yeah, but I think it's probably an issue with training. So I mean, this is what my degree is in leadership, and specifically like business leadership. I mean, it's what I'm getting my master's in, and so there's a lot of just issues in training, a lot of lack of training across the board regardless. And so typically when there's a culture like that, that's when you see it trickle down to middle management and then to employees as well. So likely that's the level of training that they had, or the lack of training that they had. But what you were talking about, like the depreciative statement type, because there's like 4 types of conversations if you want to get like technical about it with managerial. And so the depreciative statements like that, where they are harping on you without actually like asking any questions of like, do you understand this, or what's going on, or how are you trained? All of that doesn't actually do anything. It's not a conversation that's ever going to be worth having from a managerial perspective. But I think a lot of it boils down to a general lack of training, but also probably a lot of just dissatisfaction in general. When you have shit managers like that are just in the wrong position for their qualifications or their temperament.
To be entirely, I guess, fair in there, though, to some extent, you also get, at least at that, if you want to call it like level of management, you have this problem where I think a lot of managers are kind of stuck, where they can't actually do anything about what's necessarily wrong in a business.
For sure.
And they have really a limited control over who they hire or fire.
100%.
But they're stuck holding the bag. In other words, they're held responsible for people. And I mean, it's McDonald's, so you can imagine, I'm sure there's a certain group that they hire that may not necessarily be the most competent or educated, and it may feel to the manager like they're wasting their time because they know what's going on. Doesn't make it the right attitude. It's fairly immature as management goes, but there's definitely more to it than just them being assholes or being undertrained.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think it's the culture, and that's what I'm saying. Like the culture in which you work, and like who you're working, and that can be influenced by who works above you, but also who works below you, and what the culture set by the company is as well. Yeah. But I agree. I think there's a lot of factors that can play in that. But I think across the board, no matter where you've worked, we've probably all experienced a difficult manager. Except maybe you, Xerxes, with your parents. Probably was its own difficult experience.
I was going to say, that's a totally different experience. I remember talking with my older sister, and we just were sharing a moment, and she works in a big corporate environment. So she was a accountant for Capital One, and now she's a high-level executive for an auto company. And she said the hardest boss she ever worked for was my father, because nothing was ever good enough for him.
Good enough, yeah.
So
because see, in the perspective of like, for now that I kind of know what's going on in the job that I'm currently doing now, if I was to bring in someone that just came in, I wouldn't train them how someone didn't train me. You know what I mean? Like, I'd make sure, like, all right, I tell you, okay, this is how you do this, and in this case, you would do this. Like I would, because I've trained people before, and that's how I would do it. Versus them like, all right, here you go, figure the shit out, and make sure you don't fuck up your money shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just got thrown into the wolves where I'm like, you could easily been like, all right, you're gonna shadow this person, and then this person's gonna train you all this stuff, right?
But I think to Xerxes' point, like, it's probably because there's a novelty effect there too. If you've been doing this for a huge period of time with high turnover and employees
Mm-hmm.
and like people that maybe aren't as motivated to be there, you might get kind of sick of doing that, hand holding someone through the training. Not saying it's the right move, but I think what
That's-
Xerxes was saying about that. I mean, I think there's an element of that. But yeah, I mean, leading from where you are is an important thing. You don't have to be in management to lead
Yeah.
other people.
I mean, and that just shows like if your employees are happy and they're gonna be happy, and then everybody else is gonna be happy, just as long as you keep it up, right? I don't know. Y'all ever dated your boss, daughter or son?
Have I ever dated my boss? No.
No, I've never dated my boss, daughter or son. What the fuck?
What?
Oh, dated your boss's daughter / son.
Oh.
Oh.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, no, my chat
No.
is asking me these questions. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I've never dated my daughter. Actually, hold on. This is a really good conversation.
Okay.
I think dating your daughter
A little
is a
closer
very
to the mic,
worthwhile
Zin.
thing to do.
Yeah, but that's such a weird way to phrase it.
It's a weird way to say it, but I also think it's really important.
Also, just known as like quality time with your child.
Yo,
No,
okay,
I mean,
so that's a good that's a good topic here. Okay, so what would be the benefit of dating your boss's daughter / son?
Oh, different
What's the
topic.
benefit?
Yeah, what would be a benefit, and obviously what would be the con afterwards? But like, what would be the benefit of dating your boss's daughter / son?
I mean, you're really getting an inside scoop, right?
Yeah.
I'd say that the bad thing about doing that is,
Well, we're talking about the benefits. We're gonna talk about the pros, the cons later.
I was gonna say, break up, get fired.
Yeah.
Because see, when you date your boss's son, there's a little sense of security because you're like, okay, right? Like a little bit, just a little bit. Because you're like, you're dating your boss's son because that could affect his decision to keep you around or not, right? Especially like if the daughter's like in love with you, or the son is in love with the daughter, or whatever the person they're dating. So that might affect you going upwards, right? But then again, once it like you guys do break up, that's like of concern, right? I don't know if anyone's ever like been in this situation before. I've never been in this situation.
Have you not been in that situation?
I mean, you can just not get into that situation, no problem, right?
Yeah, but what if you, like, for instance, you're out somewhere and you meet this said person and you don't know that that's your boss's daughter / son or whatever, right?
That's some hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Ask them what their father does before you touch.
How the fuck? That's such a crazy question. Hey, girl. Yeah, I'm so into you, but like, let me ask you a question real quick. So, what's your dad do?
You're not gonna ask anything about,
Fucker.
no, but like, you're not gonna ask anything about
About the
their
family? Yeah.
When you first meet them?
I mean, also
before you
knowing-
start dating them, Bandy, you're not gonna be like, yo, what does your dad do, or what is?
I mean, that usually happens organically, right? But
I mean,
Exactly. So you're gonna know, like,
Well, it's like you're on Tinder
when
and
you
your
work
very
for this
first
company.
word is
Oh shit, you work for that same company. You must be an employee of my dad. Like, you don't think that's gonna pop up?
yeah.
no.
And on top of it, last names, Panda. So like, if you're
What if they had a generic ass last name like Miller or something?
doesn't mean you wouldn't get curious and go like, I gotta ask, are you related to so and so?
I mean, I would ask that, obviously,
just saying.
because
Dad
that'd be
works in a
crazy.
cheese factory. I work in a cheese factory. Your dad has the last name Miller, dude. My boss has the last name Miller. Like, you could.
I mean, no, like I would put two and two together, obviously, right? But I'm just saying. But okay, let's say, but like, what I'm saying is, you're invested into this and you care about her now, right? And then you find out that she's your boss's daughter. Then what?
Wasn't there an Ashton Kutcher movie about this?
I think I didn't watch it.
I mean, I think at that point you kind of just be like,
Yeah. See, so now what's the
do you
dilemma
ask for
there?
the dad or mother's approval? before you start dating?
No.
No.
Okay.
If she's her own woman and she has her own like agenda, because we're not talking like they're teens. We're talking about like we're in their careers and shit. Like they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess then like date them, but also if the relationship starts going bad, like start putting your resume out there. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that
Like that's a crazy situation, right?
serious of an issue.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem that complex.
But what if you, I don't know? That's like, would that be beneficial to you in the company, or would it be detrimental to you?
I mean, one, if you're thinking about it just from that perspective, it's kind of a shitty way to go into a relationship, and I can really see that lasting. If you're just concerned about the benefit or lack thereof.
Well, that's
You know,
the
I mean-
original question is that, but then we put the variable of you didn't know until later when you're already invested.
Chances are, if you're sleeping with the boss's daughter, right, he's either going to not like you, but depending on how involved, might work well for you career-wise.
Yeah, because what if you get
Sure.
married, right?
Yeah, then there's really not an issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
No.
Oh my god, this next fucking topic. Nope. Anybody else got anything before I start going on to the next thing on the docket? I don't want to, because I don't want to ask another question for some crazy reason. Because you guys are all fucking tired as fuck because it's super late.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning here.
Well, Kiwi just woke up. He should be the most lively one here, to be honest with you.
Well, he gave us the air conditioning topic of conversation.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah.
And I think I've put a very nice input into your about dick pics, man.
That's true. Dick pics.
I've been involved. What do you want about? What you mean, Ian?
What you mean, Heen? Okay. So, oh my god. So we've been talking for like an hour and a half already, by the way.
Dang.
Oh, so okay, so today, right? So today I woke up mad late, and my friend, she wanted to go out tonight, but I don't know what the fuck happened with her. And so going out, dude, I already talked about this. Going out with friends while you're sober versus going out pre-gaming. So is it better to pre-game or is it better to get drunk while you're going out already?
Pre-game.
Why? I've
Save
never
money.
really pre-gamed ever. Like I've always
Save
just
money.
saved money.
I mean, if you're a drinker, like, and you drink alcohol, for example, if you like get a buzz going before you go out, you probably drink less when you get into town.
Yeah, but once you get there, you're kind of like getting sober already, right?
Say again, sir.
Like if you're pre-gaming and then by the time you get there, depending on how long it takes you to get there, you're already getting sobered out, right?
Well, I mean, you got to figure that out.
I mean, I guess if you live in Alaska and you have to like take your sled dog down like, miles.
I'm just saying.
I mean, dude, how long does it take for you to sober up? Like,
Much. Glove, 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 much.
Pre-game helps with anxiety. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Pre-game
like I
helps.
haven't been out drinking in God, fuck, like 4 years or something.
Mhm.
But
Well,
I mean, I live 15 minutes from a main city where there's bars and shit. I'm not gonna sober up in 15 minutes. No freaking way.
Well, because I don't understand it because I don't drink often, right? Because I just go out there and dance. But recently, I have been getting
Drunk?
I have become under the influence.
Oh, peer pressure, Kevin.
No, just getting
Maybe?
high.
Hear me?
just like smoke, just like getting high before I go out. And
Yeah, dude, you badass, dude. That's
I'm just
The real
saying,
question is, did you try getting good before you went out?
I did.
Mm.
No, but like
Mm.
for me, when I'm
Weird
getting
question,
when I'm getting high, I'm just like this is the best fucking shit
do
ever.
you sober up by the time you get to?
No, I'm like super high for like 6 hours.
Dang.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, right? I don't understand
Like,
it.
then you got some fast sled dogs in.
Like
Mush.
for instance, if I was to go out now, which I'm supposed to, I would start hitting my.
Much
I'd hit my.
fast.
I'd hit my shit for like. I hit my vape like 5 times, and then I'd be good until like 5 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 now.
Yikes.
Crazy. Yeah. No.
Much fun.
I don't pregame mainly for 2 reasons: situational awareness. As a woman, I want to be clear-minded to assess where I am,
Mhm.
and also like who I'm with. Also, I don't pregame because I'm a super lightweight, and if I did that, I'd be drunk before I left my house.
So you're a
That's the
1
whole
beer
point of
drinker.
It's like,
Huh?
So you're a 1 beer or 2 beer.
I mean, I'm like a margarita and a half, and I'm
Oh, so you're a cheap drunk.
Tipsy.
Best kind.
100%.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Best kind.
Without
Cheap
fail,
drunk.
Legit.
It's the best. Yeah, I'm an expensive drunk. So
Yeah, that sucks. For
I don't
you.
I don't drink, but when I do, I get fucked up.
Yeah, I don't drink that often. If we go out, some, but
Yeah,
I certainly don't.
I was
pregame.
having a conversation with my friend today. She's like, "Yeah, the last time I saw you drunk was like Cinco de Mayo, where you drank like 7 Long Islands." And I was like, "Yeah, that was awesome."
7 Long Islands. I'd be dead
Yeah,
or asleep.
and it wasn't like I was sipping on them all night. It was like I would get a Long Island, and then like 30 seconds it'd be gone.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, I had 1 glass of red wine and was like nodding off while we were playing games earlier. So I was just like,
No, you
oh yeah, I
fell
completely
asleep
like, yeah, I did. I fell asleep.
while Xerxes was talking.
Yeah, sorry, Xerxes.
Wouldn't be the first time someone fell asleep while I was talking.
Some accounting.
Talking about
some
the accounting
talk.
things, dude. Got
Yeah.
him.
Saying those numbers.
Ooh.
The sexy number. Hey, I mean, someone who with like a math major or degree or something would be like, "Oh, that's interesting, right?"
What?
Maybe
Get that major math on.
math off.
Some
Yeah.
streaming math.
So, tell me more about you, Xerxes. I'm very interested on how you were how you were brought up.
Like how so?
Like, okay, so you have your own business now, right? You're your own boss and stuff. So, how did that
Yeah.
start? Like, what do you do specifically now? And how did you start that journey?
How did I start that journey?
Yes.
First, he got good.
Besides that, obviously.
Besides getting good,
Yeah. So tell me more about you, because I feel I've known you for a while now, and you're still an enigma to me in terms of what you do.
So what I do is I sell high-end casual furnishings, which is like indoor-outdoor patio furniture,
Mm-hmm.
and I have apartments.
Okay.
It's like my primary.
that you rent out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
So, like, how I got into that, I guess the best way to put it is family. Like, it's family business.
okay.
So, I
it's-
started working for my father when I was quite young, like 10, 11 years old. I mean, probably really wasn't working. I was probably just sticking around in the office, but you know what I mean.
But so he did renting out and furnishings.
Well, he eventually did that. He actually owned a footwear retailer.
Okay, so you worked
for a
in
while.
retail first, correct?
I didn't work for his footwear company, but he bought the furnishing business and everything else when he sold
Oh, okay.
his
So
footwear company.
okay, so you started out as the furnishing company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when I started working.
Okay, and then from there, what had happened? So
I just
invested.
I stayed involved in it. I mean, you know, I worked.
Mhm.
I started doing like just basic sales type stuff and
Okay.
moved on to managerial stuff. And my father is older, so he's retired.
Okay, so you took over. Did you have
Yeah.
to go to school for any of this?
I mean, I didn't have to, but I did.
Yeah. So what did
I
you
went
go to
for
school?
finance and accounting.
Okay, nice. That explains
the
why you.
Incredibly boring nature of my conversation.
Hey, I was interested slightly.
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 I'm not gonna
Try to
lie.
get that slightly in there.
I'm not gonna lie. I was interested slightly. So you're one of those, and then how did
So
the
you're
whole
one of those? What?
One of
what
those,
does that
wow.
mean?
what? He was an accounting guy. He was one of those. What do you mean? You're making it sound like he was
What
like
do you mean?
I was just using a derogatory term here. Like, look at that fucking accounting guy, motherfucker, counting all that money, dude. Yeah, with your fucking
That's like
spreadsheets and
when-
calculator, bitch.
I-
Fucking calculate that shit.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Financiers are easily the most pressed people in America.
Oh
for
yeah, I
sure.
believe that shit. But no, so how did the whole investing into apartment renting come into play? Why? So how did that idea come into fruition?
Kind of just a theory I had when I was in college about how. Oh, I guess this will get really boring. So, like how the yield on certain types of apartment buildings in economically distressed areas, even accounting for higher costs of operation, would result in overall risk-adjusted higher return. If that makes any sense.
So you want to.
So, like after adjusting for risk, in other words, the potential for people not paying their rent, the potential for damage to apartments, higher maintenance costs, etc., that the return on your investment will outstrip it risk adjusted, even if you were to go into, say, a much better area. So think of like, a place where you're talking about multi-million-dollar apartments versus a place where you'd pay, say, $50,000 for a unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The $50,000 unit area is obviously a bit more questionable, assuming they're in relatively similar geographic circumstances, like, say, approximate to a relatively large U.S. city.
Mm-hmm.
My thought was, even with all the greater costs associated, that we'd make more money. So we started buying buildings, and it's worked out for us since then.
So it's not just you, or is it?
Oh, yeah, no. It's family.
Oh, it's family all. Is it more family, or is it like family mixed in with random?
No, not rented to. It's a business partner. Some of them are owned in partnership with my parents, etc.
So is this venture you, or is it you plus family?
Family money.
Family money?
My operation and investment decisions, if that makes any sense.
So you're the boss, like you're on top is what I'm asking here.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I'm on top of everything I'm doing. My father's pretty much out of it, other than a few properties that he specifically runs.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. See, now I know. Because the way you talk and the way you do things is very interesting to me. Because like,
Or you know
what I'm saying? Like, it's very interesting to me because how your brain works is kind of interesting, and I want to know how that brushes off into your IRL life, because I don't really know you that much. You know what I mean?
When somebody says the way my brain works is interesting, that's usually not a good thing.
What do you mean? How your brain works when you're playing Path of Exile is completely different than how everybody else play Path of Exile. Does that make sense?
Oh, it's the exact same, dude.
Now I'm kind of curious.
The conversation you just had about the risk adjustment, the different, like, weighing out your options, this is the conversation we have all day, every day about PoE.
legitimately, that's how you play the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I want to know what he actually does in real life, because I don't know. I have no idea. So that makes it makes sense.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't quite like getting where you were going at with that. Like, if I like just think about it so differently, but like,
no, you just have like really good strategy, and then this is why you have all the things when we need stuff during the game. You have everything.
Like you're successful, and the reason why you're successful in this game is because you're applying your real life strategies and experience to a video game, right? That has a similar market experience, thought process. Yeah, thought process is an ideal term. Thank you, Badger. Thank you. See, this is why I like the chat, so they can tell me and help me shit. Because I'm fucking retarded. Thanks for the follow, Badger. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the team, dude. Hey! All right. That was pretty good. Yeah, so Path of Exile.
Path of Exile.
Path of Exile. So if you guys don't know what that game is, it's a action RPG top-down game.
Dungeon crawler.
Dungeon crawler, yeah. And has a very intimidating learning curve. And these guys have mastered this skill on top of my noobness. Because I haven't played this game fucking forever. I don't know what's going on anymore. But yeah, you guys should totally check it out. It's free, so there's no risk. And yeah, have fun with it. The League is pretty, for them, everybody else is pretty dope. I can't say anything good about Path of Exile right now. But other than it was fun at the time. But yeah, so I guess this is it, right? We've talked about a lot of things.
Covered like everything.
Yeah.
A lot of ground.
other than like dancing, but I don't really want to talk. You guys don't dance, so you guys can't. Do you guys dance?
Literally,
I mean, if you came up with like
I
a
have
dance
danced
tutorial
once.
video.
Huh? You danced once?
Once.
Literally danced once.
Tell me about that experience. I'm so interested. No, because like whenever someone talks about dancing, I just like want to hear what, like how.
This one time at band camp.
Exactly.
I mean, he was very, very drunk
Okay. Where were you?
at a wedding.
Oh,
Not our
the
own.
best place to start dancing.
Yes.
What was playing?
Oh God, we were way too drunk to answer that question. I don't remember. It was a lot. It was a.
So what was was it a flat? Was it like
Years.
was it like glimpses of you guys dancing drunk, or were you drunk and he was drunk and you were like tipsy?
Are we gonna tell this story? Are we telling this story on
I
the
think-
podcast?
I think you need to tell the story.
Okay, so we were super drunk. It was the first time we'd like been out in a social event after like some really rough stuff happened in our life. So
Mhm.
we were out. We don't dance. We really don't get drunk that often in public. But it was kind of a double whammy. It was a family wedding, and we had a DD. So we were like, okay, cool. We'll
We have
Let
no
loose.
excuse
And-
not to, right?
They had top shelf open bar.
yeah. It was like a real high end wedding. So
Oh god, it was
very
great bar.
Those are
very
fun.
fun
I love
bar
those weddings.
experience. Yeah, it was by
fucking
far
love
the most
those weddings.
extravagant wedding we've ever been to. But yeah, so got really hammered, danced, which all of my family loves to remind us that happened because they've, known me my whole life and know that I don't dance and also know that Zen doesn't dance.
Mhm.
Then went home the next morning, woke up and was like, don't have a lot of memories of how this night went. 6 weeks later, found out I was pregnant with our daughter. So that was the one time that we danced.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
That's-
apparently
that's the clean
That's
up
like the
story.
best dance ever, right?
Yeah.
apparently
Does your daughter
all
like
you
it?
have to do.
Does she like to dance? She does, actually. That's the She
Hey!
loves to dance.
Yes. See,
There
there
we
is a
go.
positive.
Yeah.
There is a positive.
I know we were just talking about putting her in dance classes.
Oh yeah, dude, there was a big old positive on that stick.
Yeah, there was.
Oh,
Good pregnancy test.
But have you guys ever considered like learning to dance? Has that ever?
No, because I've seen videos from that wedding, and drunk us dancing is a very, very scary sight.
No, but
Hey,
like, have you ever? Has it?
Facebook, please. I'd like to.
Never.
Has it ever?
Never.
But have you ever like thought about like since she's dancing now? Have you ever thought about? Well, when she does start dancing, have you ever thought about you guys taking classes to learn how to dance?
So when I was getting in shape for our wedding,
Mm-hmm.
like all psycho women do,
Which I don't understand.
I don't either. It's dumb. Like, why do you want to look like someone completely different than you're ever going to look like again in your wedding photos? It's
Mhm.
bizarre to me, but I did it. I fell victim to that. So I took some ballet bar classes at this like local ballet studio
Mm-hmm.
that actually had some like, I just thought it would be like exercising using the ballet bar. I didn't realize there would be like dance moves, which I am incapable of doing. And
Nice.
I was so bad at it that by the time we did like the little like dance piece at the end of each class, the teacher would just be like, "You don't have to do it." And I'm like,
Damn! Oh my god!
Yeah, this is how bad I am. And I'm like, is this a suggestion or like an opportunity to like sit this out? And she was like, just like hang in the back. So no, I have zero plans of taking classes.
Damn.
Oh man,
It was like salty.
Basically, she told you to get good.
that's
Yeah, pretty
fucked
much.
up. That's what a terrible teacher.
Oh, it was fine. It was like a workout class.
Dude, that's
It was
a
just-
terrible teacher. No,
Yeah.
that's so bad. Cause me being a teacher, that's horrible.
I mean, it's not that different than my choir experience and musical theater experience in high school. So
Savage.
was really great at drama and one act play. Cannot sing and I cannot dance. So during the musicals, my teacher or the choir director would be like, How do you feel about doing tech theater or like being the bit part that just has like the couple of lines of dialogue in the musical but doesn't actually sing or dance, or just like stand in the back and pretend that you're singing? So I'm not that unused to it. It doesn't really bother me. I know my strengths, and singing and dancing are not them. So no to the taking dance classes.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I teach you guys how to dance. It'd be a fun experience, guaranteed. 30 minutes. Anyways.
Probably complete with injuries.
Huh? No. You guys would learn how to dance and have a good ass fucking time with it.
Maybe.
Just put off alcohol and then you guys will have a good time.
Yeah.
Seriously, at least enough, like drunk enough to not remember it.
No, you guys would be sober.
Want a bit?
Yeah.
You'd come to the class and just have like a shot before you guys.
Yeah, that might be the exception to the pre-gaming rule.
Give her a Long Island, dude. She's gay.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
A Long Island and half a glass of wine, dude. Let's go.
I know that half a glass of wine.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Shit.
Since like you're can you imagine her having a Long Island, just one?
God.
You'd be like
Dangerous
done
for
for the
everyone
best
involved.
night ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have a question. So what kind of drunk are you?
Obviously a dancing one.
I don't want to answer this question. Everyone else answer this question first.
I just become more awesome.
You just become more awesome. How
This-
very humble of you.
It's not humble. I
That's
think
awesome.
that's like a great description of how I am when I'm drunk.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
So yeah, I just become more awesome. So I become more talkative. My I don't give a fuck level becomes
More talkative, dude?
yeah.
Is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell.
Yeah, I become more talkative.
way.
My I don't give a fuck level goes higher, like exponentially.
Then it already is.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say I just become more awesome. What do you mean? Like,
More annoying.
and when I start dancing, because usually when I'm sober and I'm dancing, I kind of tend to hold back because I don't want to like ruin the fun for everyone else because I dance so good. Humble brag, by the way. Because I want people to like have fun dancing. So because when people see me dance, they get discouraged and they don't want to dance with me anymore. So that's why I kind of like do the hitch dance. I don't know if you know what that means. Like do the side to side with the snapping the fingers action. Because if I actually start dancing, people be like, holy fuck, and they'll like start a circle and shit. So when I get drunk, that barrier disappears. Right? And I just fucking just start going ham immediately when someone says, yo, you should go be dancing right now. I'm like, all right. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for me. It's entertaining, that's for sure. What about you guys? Kiwi? Xerxes?
Me? Dance?
Well, I
Dude,
said
I am-
no, not
like-
not dancing. I said what kind of drunk are you?
Chetty?
You're chatty.
Yeah.
So you
Good
become.
mood.
Do you tend?
Get like take everything a bit pretty personal. Like if you like make a joke and it doesn't sound like a joke to me, I'll take it pretty personally.
So you're like a little angry, aggressive drunk.
Wait a second there. Wait a second there, Kiwi. Wait a second there. That sounds like just you normally.
What you mean, Hing?
Yeah, I definitely.
Ooh.
It's definitely not a drunk. It's not an angry drunk. It's
A sensitive drunk.
maybe.
Yeah, sensitive, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Xerxes, you're up.
Oh, it's me now?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what phase of drunk are we at here. Different drunks throughout
Past
the night, you know
past
what I mean?
tipsy. Past tipsy. Past tipsy.
I mean, generally, I get a little talkative, I would say. Pretty much, I tend to be a happy drunk. I don't have many of those, like, you know, real, like, deep, introspective, emotional thoughts. I'm a little bit more spontaneous than I normally am, shall we say.
Okay. Oh, look at you. People follow me on Instagram and shit. All right.
Sven, what kind of drunk are you?
What kind of drunk am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kind of person who really doesn't get drunk very often.
The kind of person that spills his shit all over his keep.
So you're saying you're the one. You're the drunk.
Triggered. So
Got him.
I like 99% of the time I DD.
Mm-hmm. That's like me.
what?
That's me. I'm the.
DD is
Yeah, the designated driver.
I'm usually the DDD.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Detonate Dead for a second.
That's what I said, didn't I? Did. And then they were like, yeah.
I just love DD.
Oh, okay. What about Volatile Dead, VD? It's good old VD.
I'm not about VD.
No, so okay, so when you do drink and what do you? So does Zin have a drunken personality? Is that what you're trying to tell me here?
Not really. I mean, you're just kind of more you. Like,
I mean,
So
So
you're saying that he's only him when
how do
he's drinking?
you be more Zinnier?
it's just like exactly how he is,
More
just like
Zinnier,
magnified. I don't know. I mean, you get a little more
Zinnier?
chatty, but
more Zinnier, less linear.
So what does that mean?
What you mean, he?
honestly, when you're drunk, I'm usually drunk, so I don't remember anything.
we know for a fact that he tries to dance when he's drunk.
Yeah, the one time. Yeah,
Okay.
never again.
Okay, so last but not least,
Oh God,
you did this.
I am embarrassed to admit the kind of drunk that I am.
It's okay.
because-
This is a non-judgmental zone. You're in a bubble.
Yeah, I highly doubt
Yeah,
that.
none of
That's
us
fine.
judge here at all.
It's fine. You can judge me. I judge me.
I don't judge no one.
I am both the very flirty and handsy drunk. I am also that girl in the bathroom that says to the person that she just met, "We should be friends."
Oh.
That's me. Mhm. Yeah, I get real social. This is why I
So-
don't drink alone in public places because I cannot be trusted to not give my phone number out to random people.
Yeah, you should, so you don't. So one, you premeditate victory by not having your phone around you, right?
Legit.
Good, wise decision.
Yeah. Also, I just don't drink a lot without Zen with me because it's not good.
Who's gonna take care of me?
Yeah. But then I come out of the bathroom and I'm like, I just made 5 new friends, and he's like, with the ladies that look like hookers, like, what's happening? No, honey, no.
That sounds like a fun time.
Sorry, Zinny, the cleaning lady doesn't.
Sounds like such a fun time.
This is because I just don't have that many friends, and I'm like, everyone's nice to me when I'm drunk, and usually they're just like, okay, crazy lady with the weird makeup and
The weird makeup. Wow.
overly friendly. Yeah, like you get to the drunk, well, you don't know because you're men and you don't wear makeup, but like you get to the point
I
where it's like
understand makeup when it's smears
your
and shit.
eyeliner starts to
Mhm.
run.
Yeah, I
don't
know that. I know that phase.
Yeah.
I've seen it plenty of
Time
times.
to go home. That's what that phase is. Yeah. So I'm the world's most annoying / embarrassing drunk.
No, I feel like you'd be the funnest kind of drunk.
I mean,
So I'm
I feel
definitely
like I'm
gonna
funny,
get someone to watch the kids. We're definitely going out drinking.
but- You will have so many new friends if we do that.
Yo, I'm telling you, if we all hang out, it's gonna be the best night ever. I'm telling you right now.
We'll get a sitter for the kids, Kiwi.
You're gonna learn Danish so fast when we go out drinking when you guys come over.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
I'm gonna
rich.
know, yeah.
That's
Mhm.
rich.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you and Charlotte can go out drinking, and me and Zin will stay home and play computer games.
No, but then we'll come home and Charlotte will be like, get this crazy lady away from me. She made friends with the wall.
Oh my God.
I am so friendly. It's ridiculous. And it's like, it's the only time I feel like I'm an
Are
extrovert.
you like Donkey from Shrek? Like that's a nice boulder, kind of nice.
Kinda, yeah. Like, I'll talk to anybody. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
And then usually if I see an animal, like sometimes when we're downtown and I'll like see someone with a dog, I'm like,
oh my God, look at that puppers! Yeah, that's
yeah,
you.
I'm the worst.
And it's the best because it only takes you like a beer and a half or a martini and
Oh,
a half.
that's the worst part. Is that like I'm there at a margarita and a half, and people are like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It goes through my short body very quickly."
That's
Can't help
the best. Because my
Blame
friends,
it on the app.
one of my best friends, she's a cheap drunk, and she's the same exact way, and it's hilarious every fucking time.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. The number of like, I don't know.
No,
Pictures I
just
have to delete off
you just
people's
gotta make
phones.
sure that you have people that can take care of you, and you're fine.
Yeah, And now that I'm a mom, I go out a lot less. I mean, AKA never.
Mhm.
And do
Oh
that.
yeah. So how is that life, by the way?
Mom
Now-
life?
Yeah. So
It's the
how
best
old is
life.
it's Charlotte, right? What's her?
Yeah, she's 3.
She's 3. So
Yeah.
how was it before you had your like going out before? Was it easier or is it harder now? I mean, obviously it is probably harder now, but
I mean, it's a hell of a lot more expensive to go out now because I gotta pay a babysitter. But I don't know. I think we're just a lot more like strategic with our time. So
okay.
sometimes we're really boring. Like we've literally paid a babysitter to watch our kids so we could like run errands without our kid.
No, that's
So
so
parent
funny.
life it's like the best kind of date though. When I'm like, we went to the grocery store without a child. This is amazing.
And then you tell your friends about it, like you tell your friends about it, like you just had like the craziest sexual experience and shit.
Yeah, you're like, and we got to read the labels.
Like
on
we
the
went to
back
the,
of
it's like
food
it
items.
was Saturday night. We had the kids that got the babysitters, and we went to watch the movies. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was so
Legit.
amazing. We went to get nachos with a shitload of cheese on them, and then we fucking went crazy and put corn dogs on top.
Yeah. Well, one time, I mean, seriously, like one time we had our babysitter come and we left. I think at like 5:00. We went and like had dinner, and then we went somewhere else and had a drink. And I was like, okay, I feel like we've been out forever. We should probably go home. It's like 7. And I was like, why am I so tired? We've only been out for 2 hours. And we also ate dinner like senior citizens. But then we went home at like 7:30 and got into PJs and watched TV, and it was amazing.
It's the best
So,
night ever.
Yeah, I'm very boring.
It's all right. Some people are like that.
Yeah. So, you know. I don't relate to this staying out until 5 a.m. dancing. Also, it is like 2:30 in the morning. I am going to be a horrible human tomorrow.
I mean, you got like 8 hours left because you got to do something at 10, right? So you wake up at 8.
Yeah, but we gotta like be up, and like our kid gets up well before 10.
And so yeah, you wake up at like 7 and you do your things.
Sounds like a personal
It's
Get
your
up at
decision.
7,
You did this to
game.
yourself, Zinni,
I
because
know.
you wanted to talk.
Whoa, I don't think she did it.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were recording the podcast.
Hey, listen, it was eventually gonna happen because we kept talking about it.
I know.
Zen's fine. Zen's fault. Well, I mean, it is.
It's your fault too, Kiwi, because you were supposed to be.
What?
You and your Denmark time.
Yeah, you're in your Denmark time. I was waiting for you to. We could have started the podcast way. We could have started this podcast way earlier, but we were waiting for you.
You know what? I'm not taking any of the blame because Zin and Zinni both said, "Yo, let's do the podcast. Let's go."
Listen, I'm pretty sure like 13 hours ago, and you said, "Yo, man, tell me when the podcast is. I'll do it whenever." And I was like, "All right, when you wake up, bro." And you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, and we did it when I woke up, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. But you were complaining the whole time.
I didn't complain. What the fuck?
What you mean, Heen?
Yeah, exactly. What you mean?
All right. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys follow us on all my social media things in the chat. Oh God, my fucking shit doesn't work. All my things in the chat. This is the end of the episode. So usually at the end of the episode, we talk about songs that we like to listen to, and we can listen to those right now. Does anybody have a song that is like the pop-in song of the week? Hey, thank you, Shiny Pants, for the follow. Do you guys have a song that's stuck in your head right now?
No.
Because
So,
all I
Charlotte, link us
could think of is Senorita.
on. Link us on.
That is a good song, though.
Yeah, you guys want to hear it?
I'm playing all the time.
All right, so this is. I think I played the songs last week on the podcast, but I don't care. But this song's too good. All right, so this is Senorita by Shawn Mendes featuring Camila Cabello.
Can we sing?
You can if you want.
Please do it.
Call me Senorita.
Always I could pretend I did, but every touch is
La la la.
it's true. La, la, la. Oh, I should be running.
Hey,
You keep me coming for you.
this song is so good.
The air was hot from summer rain, sweat dripping off
Kiwi, I don't hear you singing.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I even knew her name.
Then why did you ask if he can sing?
Oh, I was trolling.
Felt like ooh la
Oh my god.
Oh, sapphire and moonlight.
I like
We
positive
danced
vibe
for
music.
hours in the same tequila sunrise. Her body fit right in
So that was Senorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. If you guys haven't heard about now, you guys have been living under a rock because that's like the #1 song right now. All right. So if anybody doesn't have any else musics, 'cause-
Thanks for having us, man.
huh?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. You guys are always welcome. I had a good ass fucking time. We should do this more often, my G's.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
At
as
2
well.
o'clock in the morning, yeah.
Always.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Always at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
A better time.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys follow us on YouTube. I mean, subscribe to us